They say memory is like a photograph. It fades, warps, and sometimes vanishes altogether. But what if an entire town could disappear the same way? Not destroyed, not abandoned, just erased as if it never existed. This story begins with a place the maps won't show you anymore. A town once known as Marrow Creek, founded, built, and lived in by real people, and then wiped clean from every record. Officially, it's just forest now. Empty land, state property, but people who grew up near here remember something different. The faint glow of streetlights deep in the woods, even years after the town was supposedly gone. So what really happened to Marrow Creek? And why did everyone, government, press, even the locals, pretend it never existed? The earliest mentions of Marrow Creek date back to the 1940s. A small mining settlement tucked between the hills of Ashe County. It grew fast. Too fast, some said. Built on a rich vein of limestone. And something else. Something the company never identified publicly. By 1952, it had a school, a diner, and a population of nearly 500. Then, one summer, everything stopped. Families left overnight. Windows boarded, mail undelivered. Even government census lists suddenly skipped the town entirely. Satellite images taken years later show only trees, but beneath them faint geometric patterns, the foundations of streets that shouldn't be there. So, what could cause an entire town to vanish from memory, not just physically, but historically? One theory says Marrow Creek was built over something ancient, an archaeological site the mining company stumbled into by accident. According to recovered letters, workers found a network of tunnels carved long before modern tools, walls covered in markings that looked almost biological. Then came the sickness. Locals described it as the gray sleep. People would vanish into the woods at night, leaving behind only fine gray dust like ash. The government blamed contamination from mining chemicals. The company sealed the tunnels, and within weeks, the town was empty. But here's the strange part. When state investigators arrived, they couldn't find any property deeds, photographs, or even birth certificates from Marrow Creek residents. It was as if the town had been edited out of time itself. Still, a few pieces slipped through the cracks. In 1978, a hiker found a rusted mailbox in the woods, its address plate barely legible. Under the peeling paint, 7 Willow Bend, Marrow Creek. And then there's the tape. In 1984, a shortwave radio enthusiast in Kentucky picked up what sounded like a local emergency broadcast, repeating the phrase,
"Evacuate Marrow Creek. Containment breach."
Experts say it's impossible. The frequency didn't even exist in the 1950s when the town supposedly vanished. So what are we looking at here? Was Marrow Creek erased because of contamination? Or because it uncovered something that wasn't meant to be found? Some researchers tie it to the Cold War. They claim Marrow Creek was used as a site for early radar or psychological experiments. An entire fabricated community meant to study long-term isolation. When it failed, they scrubbed the project and removed every trace. Others, less scientific but more chilling, believe the town never truly left, that it simply shifted into another layer of reality. Every now and then, hikers report seeing lights moving through the fog or hearing distant voices calling from beneath the ground. And then there are the photographs. Old cameras found in antique stores with undeveloped rolls still inside. When developed, some of the photos show trees. Others, faint outlines of street signs that shouldn't exist. But one photograph shows something impossible. A group of children posing in front of a welcome sign. It reads in clear block letters, "Welcome to Marrow Creek, population 512. On the back of the photo, a date, August 9th, 1982. Nearly 30 years after the town was supposedly gone. Maybe Marrow Creek was a real town that died of secrets. Or maybe it's a collective hallucination. A glitch in the way memory records our past. But here's the part that still unsettles people. If you go to where Marrow Creek should be, there's a clearing with a perfect circle of dead grass. No animals go near it, no birds, no insects. And if you stand there long enough, some say you can hear faint voices. Children laughing, a church bell, the hum of a diner's neon sign. Echoes from a town that shouldn't exist. So maybe the question isn't whether Marrow Creek disappeared. Maybe it's whether it ever truly stopped existing. Because if memory can forget a place once, what's to stop it from forgetting others? They built a town here once, then pretended it never existed. And maybe that's exactly what they wanted us to do too.